cheer for Ardeont getting significantly louder given the recent success.
Oh, absolutely. Massive improvement for the squad. You can see the point win rate here is slightly higher for Ardeont as well. Dominant on the map, Bellum sitting with a 50%. They're 1-1 on the map, 57 in point rate. So this is going to be an interesting setup here. Junkrat, Widow, Orisa, and by interesting I mean the most boring, the most common, the most standard. Ardeont going to run Humbaba on this Zarya for just a second. I don't think he'll stick with this. Just wants to toss in a bubble, yep, and then go ahead and switch over the DB. You can trigger the mines this way as well, as you were pointing out yesterday. Breaking this point is going to be very difficult on the attack, but Ivy has stepped up the Genji. He was able to do it yesterday with an assassination, as he's going to look for again today. This exact type of play, it worked yesterday against the setup of Element Mystic. This time he doesn't come up as big. Yeah. Still building Dragon Blade here.
Yeah, just gonna poke it in from behind. CCJ swapping over to the side as Chara goes down. Looks up, finds the shot there onto Humbaba. Takes him out of the mech, and it's going to be Yakfung dying as well. CCJ will get traded out as Ivy finds a pick, and then one tick comes through in onto the point already. Then Bellum, they're going to have to move down onto the low ground, which is exactly where Nice does not want to be. Jump over to the side, looking for the hit. Aim God's going to come up with the kill.
Aim God comes up big here. I think overall he's been outperformed by Violet tonight in terms of flashy plays, but he's been consistent, is able to eliminate this Genji here to prevent the full take. It's only going to be 2 ticks they walk away with. Another dive coming through here, but look at how they avoid this, that using this platform and the ability of Widow and Mercy.
6 still going to be pretty good here for the first assault, but O2 one more than that. They want to get this cap yet again. Transcendence now pushed down onto the low ground from Aim God. Everybody topped up. Nice rolling in with the Riptire. It's down to about half HP. Looking for the pick. Comes into the side room. Takes down Violet, who had that Transcendence available. But Ivy, he is picking up the slack. 2 kills coming through from the dashes. Finds CCJ, finds 3-0. Violet's back in. Hoon's out of the mech. Bellum crumbling here on point A. O2 gonna scoop that up and look at the war chest there. Wolf, look at the ultimates.
Look at this.
They can snowball this.
They basically have the whole shebang. They're gonna only miss the Valkyrie, which could be gained in a longer fight, but maybe not necessary actually to win this. As Nice makes the switch to Sombra late. Dragon Blade's already out. The gatekeeping
into the back. He gets Aim God. Takes him down, looking for a little bit more, but cannot get onto the Lucio. Transcendence forward from Violet, pushing in, 1 tick coming through, looking for more. Hoon in onto the low ground, tips his way up top. Trying to buy some space, 2nd tick's nearly there. Everyone piling in onto the D.Va with that Discord Orb. They take him down. He's gonna get eliminated. Lucio up, wall riding or trying to, but Chara will die. Rio finds 1, Climax trying to eliminate Aim God, manages to do it. O2, can they just go ahead and snowball this with a massive time bank hack in on the Climax, but no follow-up. They nearly have it. They're gonna get it, 522. O2 Ardeont showing up yet again on Temple of Anubis.
Big plays here, getting that knockoff on the Orisa early, or rather the break of that point. It's all on Ivy, who barely got any Dragon Blade on his first push. On the second push was able to do so much more, splitting up the composition of Bellum and collapsing on the targets that were left alone, the supports. And they were able to kill CCJ, and the whole defense fell apart. As you called out, the war chest that was built in that push leads to a double capture here, as I love these O2 Ardeont drawings. But it leads to the double push. This is common. This happens all the time. It's a bit too early to celebrate if you're an O2 Ardeont fan, though, because it's just step 1. They will have to also defend. The same thing could very well happen to them if Bellum was able to get an early capture and have that same war chest while they're trying to switch heroes. Lightning fast reaction time by Ardeont, though, seeing blood in the water, pulling the trigger, following through, gatekeeping everybody out. The deflection kills coming through from Ivy there. Very impressive, getting those dash resets as well. Ardeont looking to be on point tonight. I feel like the momentum definitely in their favor now. And now they get to have their advantage, the reason why they wanted to play this map more than Bellum. Bellum wants to play this map because they're great on attack with it, but Ardeont wants to play it because they're great on defense. And this is going to be the Climax Widow setup here with Ivy's newfound Junkrat success. Almost purely a Genji with the exception of Junkertown, where he did play Junkrat on defense. Ivy has been playing almost no Junkrat outside of that, but on this map he will hold it in and will set up this defense here with Orisa. Not the all-in version, not the boosted version, with Mei actually just only on the first high ground. Looking to strongly hold this one. More damage from the Junkrat. Peel out on the gate, not actually defend when the dive comes through. Pharah, and it'd be hard-pressed to find success against Climax's Widow. Let's see if this works out.
They need Nice to break this open. He's not going to spot anything. He'll move back, going to be a swap, and yeah, the Pharah is going to be, Pharah rather, going to be moved away from Genji Tracer to come in. You know just how easily that can get shut down. Satchel charge out from the Junkrat. Nice is going to be saying goodnight.
Indeed. So Climax here, and the whole crew are just sitting up here for O2 Ardeont, trying to hold them from even entering. They do get into this room, but this is when Junkrat's going to have a field day. Look at Climax change angle here to point at this right side defense. Not completely a fake out here for Bellum, but they are sending CCJ around the other side. But this has been spotted out, and it's so difficult to approach against Junkrat damage here. They're waiting for him to run out of ammo. The Hulk comes through. Well-timed deflect here to deny that from getting any damage.
Nice makes his way into the back. Not sure if he was spotted out yet.
Don't think so. No one's really chasing him down right now.
Oh, well, Climax has any idea for now, though. That's going to be the dive in from the side of Bellum, pushing forward. Nice up onto the high ground, looking for the trade here onto the Widowmaker. He's down to 10 HP. Orb of Harmony comes through, has the Mega Pack ready to go, and will just stay alive. Climax goes down in the meantime. AimGod finding that hit. Rez onto Rio.
There's only so much Ivy can do here now, outnumbered. They do have the positional advantage. He's actually safe in this room here. Hoon trying to target him down and gets collapsed on by the tanks.
Ivy finds that picked up onto Nice, but both supports have gone down on the side of O2 Ardeont. Now Humbaba gonna get popped out of that mech, and Ivy dangerously low, gets the health back to try to stay alive. But still, will get cut down. AimGod finds another one as Metabellum look to go ahead and close this out with an equally massive time bank.
But not the same amount of ultimates, mind you. They're a little bit lower on that, but they're very close. Dragon Blade should be built in this first push. They're going to start things off with the Valkyrie. Ivy decided not to use the Riptire there to actually perhaps stay alive or buy time because he knew the point was lost and wanted to have this in his defensive arsenal when that follow-up push comes through. We talked about how this is very much a high chance we'd see the exact same scenario for Metabellum on the push. Dragon Blade is held here for Nice to always looks for the perfect one. He's waiting for that opportunity to find the supports here. Riptire out early.
Good for it. Cutting around into the backside, we'll find CCJ, but that's about it. Not going to be able to eliminate any of the supports here on the side of Metabellum, nor force out that Transcendence. But for now, soon getting taken down. Guardian at least drained some time away, so we'll now have the larger time bank at the end of this.
Precisely, so this already feels like a win for them. Ivy gonna stick with this Junkrat actually. Violet gets the long distance kill here on AimGod, gonna buy about 15 more seconds or so. Always a nice feeling.
Well, Red's out, so at least gonna put that on cooldown.
That too.
CCJ getting taken out. Climax finds that hit. Or with Harmony here from Violet as he just keeps hunting for these right-click kills.
So exciting to see Climax on the Tracer. We almost never get to see this. He's normally on McCree in these situations, but he's coming up big against CCJ, one of our best Tracers in the league. Getting that 1v1 kill, the solo kill in the matchup. And right now, Metabellum is just waiting for an angle, waiting for some sort of vision advantage here. They waited last time for the Junkrat ammo to be depleted before they came through, but Ivy's managing it very well here. Not actually just totally spamming it out like he was on point A.
The duel going through there from the Tracer players. Max tries to take down CCJ, stops him from getting in onto that flank. That's going to be the dive for it there. Yakfeng building up the primal range, really has that one ready to go. And Climax gets the drive-by in, sticks it through, and Nice is going to die. The Reds comes up from Chara, though, to bring him back into the fight. Climax, dangerously low, 5 HP, manages to stay alive. Goes down, gets that Mega Pack, and now it's the primal range out from Yakfeng. He tries to stop this push from coming through from Metabellum.
We saw this yesterday, the run-by stick coming through from Climax on the point B defense. They're losing control, though. They're going to make a switch here for Humbaba to get back into this mech.
Violet's going low. He'll get taken down. CCJ finds that kill, but not before Rio falls. No ticks coming in for Metabellum, and they're now off the point trying to kite their way back. More time bought. O2. The odds of them holding on to this increasing, but Nice is looking to turn things around. Finds the one, finds the third. Rain going down. Still gonna be alive. Riptire comes through, shuts down Chara. Several members of Metabellum gonna be dangerously low, so they can't make their way in onto the point. So at the end of the day, they get the Dragon Blade away from Nice, and Ardeont will be able to hold this.
So well played here by O2 Ardeont. Staggering ultimates. Hoon gets killed here. Wanted to use the Pilot Diva to remech eventually there, like he did on Numbani. This time gets killed, wastes his respawn further. as Ivy just spams out the grenades, knowing that there's no way there's going to be an attack anytime soon. I love his Devil May Care attitude about this when the push isn't ready. CCJ making the rare B-point attack Pharah switch. We've seen this from very few players ever in Korea.
Climax immediately goes to McCree.
Exactly, he's going to respond. Makes it very difficult to use. Nice to build Dragon Blades as well. Great choice here on the McCree.
We'll dive in straight up. It's going to be Yakpung going down, was just a couple percent away
Double
from
shot.
getting that primal rage. A hit right there from CCJ. Direct shot onto Climax. Takes down the McCree. Now Humbaba popped out of the mech. Doesn't have the self-destruct ready to go. Transcendence going to come through, but a bit too late from Violent. Still has to wait for those respawns, and Climax immediately goes back over to that McCree. Dragon Blade from Nice, finds one. Diva Bomb gets both supports. Violent and Rain are out of there. Bellum looking to take the fight here with 2.5 minutes left onto the clock. Nice, building up for another one, just left clicking away, trying to get the pop out. Humbaba get knocked out. Riptire coming through, looking for a prime target. Focus fire coming in. It's gonna go low. It's gonna go down. Aim God finds the hit, and Violent is dead yet again.
A little bit greedy.
Over onto that Lucio. Ivy desperately trying to get onto the Genji himself. Climax goes low, use the recall. Will go down, the rockets from him, ripping him apart before he can invest the primal rage. Barrage comes through. Rain's gonna die. Gets Ivy as well. Deflection not gonna be there.
So
they have not gotten a single tick. O2 are making Bellum beg for it.
They certainly are. Look at all the time is being bought here from Violet. Climax gets a pulse.
Another one onto the Genji, takes him down, forces a res from Chara. O2 Ardeont have not swapped over to the truly desperate picks like the May. As I say that, actually, Rain will pick up the May. Wall comes down. He'll be pushing in. They want to delay this as long as possible. They want it to be an OT push. If Bellum can get it, they're still trying to go for it. Dragon Blade there from Nice. Takes down Rain. Looking for a bit more. Humbaba dead. Yakpung dead. No tanks available. Gonna be the Genji. Gonna be the Tracer trying to delay as long as they can. With 1 minute and 15 left on the clock. One tick is still not there.
He's still alive up there.
On the low ground, goes down, tries to get the health back, but CCJ hounds him down with the rockets. Takes him out, gets the kill. 2 ticks coming through. They're trying to delay with the ice block. Not gonna be available. Rain's gonna die. Baba knocks out of the back. Yakpung coming back in, but the focus fire is just gonna be too much. Bellum should be able to win this out in the end because O2 Ardeont can't pick up a single damn kill. They can't get anything.
That's going to be it. Finally, it looks like here the cap comes through, but it looks like they learned something in their match against Element Mystic yesterday. It was Jexay up on the high ground, buying time here. And it looks like overnight we saw the practice of Violet, who's not the Lucio player, by the way. It's Rain who's actually the Lucio main, but he had to make the switch because he was the one who died first to the Lucio, and he bought as much time as Jexay did yesterday for Element Mystic. Very well played here by O2 Ardeont, taking a page out of their opponent's book from yesterday in this defense. The execution was crisp. Climax buying time on the Tracer, staggering there with the May coming through. And if you're Bellum, you're happy on one hand because they've been able to force this to extra rounds. But mostly you're feeling pretty terrible right now because they had total control for over a minute and were unable to take a single tick for the majority of that time, where they were just getting kill after kill, but never able to secure them all. Great staggering by O2 Ardeont, who already had the better time bank, now massively so. Yeah. 4 minutes and 22 seconds advantage for them. If I read that correctly just
I believe it's a minute on, minute even there for the side of Bellum. So not a lot of time. They need a runaway-esque play to try to push this through.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one against this setup here for O2 Ardeont with Climax Widow, Ivy's Junkrat. They're going to go for it. Nice on the Genji again. They need to do it faster than they did last time. This needs to be like Numbani on point A. They need to get in there and execute early. It's again going to be the safer defense here for O2 Ardeont, holding the lower ground, not the top ground, not the May boosted defense.
Shots coming in. Climax just building up for that infra site. Should see him shift position over the left. There it is. Ivy, meanwhile, just going to be operating closer to the point, pushes up to the bridge. Will be spamming away. Nice has the same angle of approach as we saw last time out.
He wants to assassinate. He's just trying to spam up here. Even back ticking once would be so huge for them, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
The deflection, that's going to be CCJ and Rio going down. O2 looking to just go ahead and hold this out. We'll hold on point A in overtime. There's 14 seconds remaining. Violet will fall. Trade back comes in. Nice. Gets Climax. Can they break this open? goes in. That's going to be Ivy and Rain going down. 4 members gone on the side of O2. Humbaba and Yakpung the only ones left. Bellum might actually be able to get this cap on A.
Looks like it. It's going to be very difficult to regain control of this. Ivy will yet again hold the Junkrat Riptire. History repeats itself here on the attack for Bellum. They get the cap, don't have the massive ult advance that Ardeont had. Ardeont holds the Riptire. Feels like deja vu here, but this time they've only got 30 seconds, and when they couldn't do it with 4+ minutes and they were held to 1, this is going to be a very tough attack here if Ardeont has the same sort of time-buying techniques we just saw. Riptire going to be the start of that. For the back line.
Way in, coming around the right-hand side. Shots coming through, haven't tagged it yet. Still going to be looking for the pick, but it gets taken down in the end. Hoon able to kill it as he boots his way through it.
Again, another greedy one here from Ivy. He's had a few of those tonight. Those are the ones that have come up empty. Yakpung forces an early recall.
DJ jumped on, OT starts to tick away. They have to get in onto the point. Pulse Bomb comes down, looking for the kill, and they're going to go ahead and eliminate him. Now it's the Dragon Blade out, boosted, coming in. Violet gets taken down. He's looking for Rain. Has to dodge out onto that self-destruct. Will not get picked off. And Humbaba makes it back into the back, but Climax is going to fall. And then Bellum, can they actually go ahead and flip this one over? O2, we've already seen how good they are. It's staggering.
Rain surviving for a while, but
yeah, but it's getting damn close. Yakpung goes in, Focus Fire comes through. Bellum, can they actually pull it off?
Ivy surviving for a long time here, but I think they're getting kept out.
He's taken down. His Corridor onto him. They're moving forward. They might just get it. They got it.
The double cap comes through.
1 minute on the clock.
They do it. But remember, there are 5 minutes and 32 seconds on the other side of things. They're going to have to do it again, very likely, because it's almost certain that we will see a capture come through here with the time bank that O2 Ardeont has now. But still, life in the hands of these double pushes coming through from Bellum. Dragon Blade coming out. Wasted Riptire, not finding any success. Last time he was able to delay the first push. This time, he comes up empty. He wastes it. Would have been much more effective to hold that one for the dive for when the Dragon Blades come through. O2 Ardeont definitely going to feel a little bit rough about this one after that great defense they had on the first attack from Bellum. But they're going to stay calm here. They know they have the timing advantage. They've been in worse situations before. They just reverse sweeped Element Mystic. They absolutely can bring this back with the advantage that they have now. I just need to make sure they stay calm and collected about this as we move into the attack. It will be the Genji Tracer once more. Ivy looking to defend with the Genji rather than the Junkrat. In some ways, this is safer, and you can go toe-to-toe with the attack Genji here of Neist. Take some defensive Dragon Blades this way. But let's see how he fares here, because you don't have as much peel, and if you lose control for 1 second, you will get blown up. Climax is going to be running the Widow here for a start. We'll see how much he commits to that. Very strong against the defensive Genji if he's spotted. That's why Neist is positioning like this, to make sure he's not in line of sight. And he's also hiding this pick, so they might assume it's a Junkrat operation. I'm going to show it in just a moment here when he can look for an opening pick. Neist is so careful about how he executes this Genji.
He'll drop right down, getting those hits into the backside of Humbaba. He's already knocked out of the mech. Decent start, and going to be traded. Climax takes down the Genji. He's still going to be having free reign. Gets Chara as well. Ingod going to go down. And Ardeont looking to explode forth here on the point. Have a massive time bank to try to close this one out. Maybe we're looking at double OT.
I mean, I think we are. But, you know, Neist, such a double-edged blade for him. I won't even say sword because he's playing the Genji, but he is able to find these consistent kills, these guaranteed kills sometimes. But sometimes his patient nature and his long setup times allow his opponents to figure out what he is planning and what he is doing. And they're able to capitalize on this one and shut him down very quickly after he fails to get those opening kills. Oh, Climax misses the window on that one, but we'll just stick on the low ground here. They don't have a huge amount of ultimates to push through for an insta-cap, but they have a time bank that they shouldn't worry about actually committing this early. They want to just burn out ultimates slowly as they push through.
I probably would love to trade the ult charge here between the healers. It's going to be the Valkyrie available here from Rain. He's going to take those guys already as Violet keeps building up, looking for the Transcendence. Climax has the Inversight, gonna pop that one up off the bat. Ivy gets the pop out there on the Hoon, takes him down, goes into the back, fights Chara, finds him, God! Ivy!
Total snipe.
Oh my God! Comes up with so many kills and might just be handing the victory over to O2 Ardeont as he looks to get the double cap here to match Bellum. They tick up so close and they are just gonna get it. 4-12 on the clock. Woo, let's let's keep it going.
Ivy just slashes the head off of Bellum there on the defense. Comes through, massive dash resets while they're trying to switch composition, getting stuck in spawn there. Not the first time we've seen this. In fact, it's the second we've seen it today on this map. Double caps coming through for both squads very early on, with the exception of Bellum having that delay against them, going down to 1 minute. They still got the cap. But will they be able to keep having this amount of success with a tiny time bank?
You know?
I mean, I don't think so.
I'm not sure. Absolutely crazy coming through from these guys. And you know, O2 is usually the team that chokes when they have the bigger time bank. You think back to their match versus Seven. Seven had no time left. They got the minute on Junkertown, pushed all the way through B, and got a decently close to C, whereas O2 had 3.5 minutes and only got the single cap on A. So usually they're the ones that fall short.
Well, I mean, that's what just
in
happened.
Those situations, but now they're looking pretty good when they have a time
Well,
bank.
that's what just happened with, you know, Element Mystic. Element Mystic defended against them so hard, and they took a page out of their book to force this overtime here. So now they have to defend. Both teams are
great at attacking, but they're just awful at defense on Anubis, it would seem.
Well, they have to defend for 4 minutes and 12 seconds here. A single tick will win the map for Ardeont because this is an overtime finish on the second push. So O2 Ardeont just has to come in here and win this fight. Gonna again attack Widow, try to open up the defensive setup. Prevents Nice from having a lot of effectiveness here on the defensive Genji.
Oh, that's going to be a very deep dive coming in from Bellum. Not going to be punished here at the moment. Rain and Violet both go down. Ivy as well, dangerously low. Might end up getting staggered. There it is.
Yeah, this is amazing for Bellum because Nice, we didn't have his first person view this time, but he was able to assassinate correctly, find the effective kills there, build half a Dragon Blade, and burn through a full minute of O2 Ardeont's time bank. So this is exactly what they wanted. Back cap coming through here, though.
Gotta get
need
on
to
the point.
collapse on.
Yeah, they get it halfway there. Hoon going low, pops up onto the high ground. Defense feature trying to keep himself alive, but Aim God gonna get taken down. Hoon knocked out of the back. Dragon Blade, or dash coming through there, I should say, rather, from Nice. Takes out Climax with a poison trap. Actually finishes him off. Bellum suffering heavy losses. Down Chara guy. That's gonna be it. They get it in the end with 3:04 left on the clock. Somehow I thought he had the Dragon Blade ready to go. These guys have been all over the place. But Ardeont get it. Now they're one map win away from moving forward into the grand final. Royal Roaders still.
Their form looks so good right now. We saw inconsistent plays from them throughout the group stage. Remember, they came in as fourth seed. They were 2-3. Not even a positive win rate in their group. And they're coming up big tonight, getting these more efficient timings. The defensive stagger there that forced Bellum's attack to only be good enough. And as miraculous as it was, their second attack there with the 1 minute time bank, as miraculous as that was, they ended up only with the overtime push to defend 4 minutes and 12. It was obviously going to be nearly impossible to defend. They did their best, but now they've got match points staring them down. You know, they've got their heads in the crosshairs, basically, O2 Ardeont do, and most of the time that's been Climax's crosshairs on the Widow.
Wouldn't that be the other way? Wouldn't they have their crosshairs on Bellum because they're going to, like, snipe them?
Yeah, I think I misspoke on that one, but that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, there you go.
It's very, very hot.
They've got them in their
right
sights.
Now. Yeah.
Which doesn't sound nearly as good as when Soldier says it. When when you're doing it in that person.
They got their sights set on a finals.
Yes. There you go.
And
we got there.
The play that we're seeing here from both Genjis is really high level, but the delay tactics here were better from O2 Ardeont. They utilized the map better. They were able to, I feel like, really learn a lot, prepare a lot overnight from what they learned against Element Mystic. Who's the hero going to be today? Genji. Appropriate for this matchup.
That's very suitable. Maybe not for this guy, because he doesn't do it. Okay, he's just trying to do the pose. That's right there on the screen.
Hey, he did all right.
See who else we can get. He's like, I'll just close my eyes and it'll go away. Oh, he's got the shurikens.
He was ready.
Nice.
He was ready. That was cool.
He was prepared.
Oh, he's ready too. Oh, he's climbing up. Shurikens in.
All right.
No Dragon Blade though. He's still got a few more percent.
He didn't have props. I don't know. This one's a toss-up.
Why does Genji do that? I want to ask this guy. He seems like a natural. Oh, he deflected with his phone. The phone is the best prop. Everyone's got one.
Everyone keeps using their phones as props. The Tracer pulse bombs have been the best. I think we even had a Junkrat one time throw it out, toss it like a satchel charge.
Oh my God, Yanu's getting subbed in for the first time.
Whoa, now. Okay, this is interesting.
Okay, well, he's been mostly giving advice on the squad, and I say that with just the knowledge of him being in the booth talking to players after every match. He was on the squad originally. He was one of the best Mercy players in the early stages of the Mercy meta in Apex, and was actually consistently able to keep Vara alive. So that was his strength, that was his skill, was the Mercy play. And assumedly that is what he is going to come in here to mostly focus on. But other than that, he has not played in like 6 to 8 months. He has not had a career game in a very long time. So it's odd to see this sub come through in such an important match when they're up against death here. They're on their last legs here.
Yeah, I mean, this is like cue the Loki picture, because they must be truly desperate to try to sub him in.
It feels that way. I have faith. He's a great player. I was surprised at the beginning of the season we never saw him, but there's obviously a reason. And my guess was always that he was focusing more on a coaching role, given that he came in and gave advice in the booth after every game. Which is why when he was listed on the roster today, we had those camera shot videos. He was actually just there in the background. He has not played yet this season.
He's been, like you said, he's been in the booth every time after every single map. He goes in, kind of just like spot coaching, says, okay, like this is where you fell short on this thing, this is what you guys did right.
Yeah, there's a term for this in Korean called playing coach.
Yeah.
It's the type of coach that actually is still technically a player, but is doing more of a coaching role and will sub in once in a blue moon. Runner, after becoming the coach, after retiring after Season 2 as a player, was a playing coach. Played one time in Season 3. We've had a lot of StarCraft players in the past that would do this as well.
Technically, what Kai was when he was here with Envy during Apex. Yeah. So yeah, I mean we've had some examples of that in the past, but it's still odd. Bellum definitely falling short here. Now at match point, need to go ahead, pick up these next 2 game wins. Need to pick up the next one, force us to a game 5, so we go back to control where they can try to get a win.
Yeah, I just feel like this must be, so historically in Korea, usually there's a tank shot caller who's like a sub shot caller, and then the main healer is the main shot caller who keeps track of ultimates and is able to kind of make these big calls on a stage like this. It's stressful, right? So you have to have a main shot caller, and obviously there's some sharing with this. Everyone's always calling out their ultimates, but
he looks focused.
Yeah, to have Chara subbed out here, it's just such an odd choice given how much advice Yana's been giving but no play time. Leads me to believe that they're feeling the shot calling is just not good enough, and it did show in the attack there on point B on Anubis. The fact that they took them over a minute to capture with a full team wipe just means that the focus fire was not good. The communication on where the delay tactic position players was not good enough. Violet on the high ground, Mei on the low ground. They were just never able to collapse and make sure they hunted them down to get that fast time bank. So this feels like this is Yanu coming in to try to, again, just play mostly Mercy, occasionally the Lucio, and then shot call for this squad, because we don't have the sub in of Stellar, remember, so Lucio not going to be as important here. You can still run the Mercy, and it would be a great choice for Junkertown. It's Dorado where we're headed, though.
Okay.
So throwing us 2 curveballs at once here, Bellum. A risky play here, but they need something to take back the momentum to bring us to that 5th and final game. What an unusual turn of events here. I have high expectations for Hyunwoo if they're subbing out Chara, because Chara has looked really good, not only yesterday, on Friday in their match against 7, but in general throughout the regular season. He's been a fantastic Lucio, great Mercy. And Aim God has kind of picked up the pieces with the Zenyatta and the Ana. Maybe Hyunwoo trying to get a little bit more experience, as Aim God will eventually be leaving them, but this is not the moment for that. This is, I think, a shot calling decision. We'll get confirmation later, but might not know before this series is over what the reasoning is, but I'm hoping for good things here for Bellum, as O2RD continues to have faith in Ivy's Genji. That's coming up bigger than Nice overall.
I mean, I would love to go to 5 games yet again, but Dorado not been a good pick for Bellum in the past. We'll see if they can turn that around. Gain a win here, force us to another round of control. close out this first semifinal. Otherwise, this very well could just be the end of the road here for Bellum. Yet again, falling short in the semis, barely getting shut out of a final for the second time. It all could end right here on Dorado.
Okay, here we go. Dorado, 1-0 for O2 Ardeont. Bellum, 0-1.
Yeah.
And in fact, they were 2-0'd on the point. So full held last time they played this map. So again, crazy risk here. We'll be running the Mercy. Pharah can be run on this map, but they're running the Genji for now.
Climax is dead, so that's a decent way to start things off. But the res is forced out there from Rain. Humbaba now going to be hacked as he drops down onto the low ground. He's not going to be able to make it out of there. He's going to get popped out. Will get taken down. Bellum starting things off with a bit of a bang.
So they're going to be running the attack Genji here with the Sombra, but also it's the Mercy Genji variation, which gives you fast Dragon Blades. Nice, not a player who really uses this strategy very often. And I think this is why the sub comes through. Yanu wants to just boost him there, but he needs to use his Dragon Blades more frequently than he normally does, or else the strategy won't matter. If he gets an early Dragon Blade and holds it for over a minute, doesn't matter how fast you get it, how fast you build it.
Oh, Defense Matrix was helping to keep the D.Va safe, but Climax looks to the side, finds Aim God. Just takes him down. Yakpung now going to go forward, jumps up, comes back down, looking to build up for that primal range. Yano gets into position, brings Aim God back in, but might just die as quickly as he came back. That's exactly what's going to happen. Humbaba finds that kill, but Yakpung also going down, so just very back and forth. Dragon Blade up from Nice already.
Early one here, building it so quickly.
Only got the one kill so far. Ivy goes down. Didn't find much else other than that. Now both Mercy's dead. Heart halted for the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately,
gain control.
Unfortunately for O2 Ardeont, this isn't as big of a win when it's the Mercy on the Genji, because Nice can build another one quickly. I like that they're changing up their playstyle. They're forcing Nice to use these blades over and over again, using them more liberally than conservatively, as has been his playstyle. But it's going to have to get into line of sight here if he wants to continue to build more, as the cart is past this archway. Climax has full vision advantage. They have no counter Widow play. It's dive only to try to break this through. With the Junkrat on the low ground, they can't even get out of this room without taking damage, as you can see here.
CCJ, they chunked out, but the pocket comes through from Yano. Takes that shot, goes dangerously low, poison trap in, onto Nice, looking for the hits, but Climax is going to come up short in that regard.
Got an EMP too.
Moving forward, CCJ looking for the position, shifting his way around. That's going to be a Transcendence out from Violet. Used that one already, as Rain takes to the skies to match Yano with those double Valkyries. Climax eliminated, self-destruct up into the air, manages to find Hoon, but still going to be Bellum trading up in the end, at least for the moment, coming up with numerous kills, but the cart just hasn't been pushing forward with them. Now Humbaba taken out of that mech. CCJ hack in.
On to
Yakpung, trying to take him down. They're trying to burn him out before he can use the primal rage. Manages to do so. And Bellum now can get the completion here onto point A. Climax trying to make his way back in, but gets taken out by Nice.
Yep. Will we see a switch of Climax is the big question now, because they're not going to control this high ground even with the capture here. Sometimes you can make the Widow continue to work if you can control this high ground between points A and B in the middle part here. Looks like Bellum is going to give away control, so they will hold it. Ivy makes that switch to the Sombra, a rare one for him. Stellar just completely out of the picture tonight, despite the fact that Ivy never plays Sombra. He's going to be running it here. CCJ opening with
sets it up, throws it down. He's going to go low, jumps back, and they manage to find Rain in the end. Yakpung and Humbaba both going down. Tank line from Ardeont going to be crumbling here, as Humbaba manages to take down Rio. He himself will fall. So Payload still going to be moving forward unhindered from Bellum, as they're halfway to B with still 3 minutes on the clock.
Climax holds this in for sight, but I don't know if it's really going to be able to give him the opportunity to poke out here. He does drop it, but even though he has it, he just doesn't have the ability to really do much with this Widow right now. He sees everyone, but they're just staying out of line of sight. Can't give him the ability to shoot through walls, only see through walls. But they are buying time with this. He needs to be careful about broadcasting his position like this, though, because when they do come out of this hole, he's going to be the first target. He does back away. Like that a lot. Look at the hack coming through here onto Hoon. He can't even really boost away. Now it's only the Winston.
They're hunting here onto the high ground. Rio would love to keep pushing forward, but he's going to be low and doesn't want to have to use that primal rage yet. Speaking of which, Yakpung burns his, gets the hits in onto the Zenyatta pocket, coming through from the Mercy to try to keep him alive, but it's not going to happen in the end. Yakpung, he will come up with that kill. Rio eventually did get Climax, but now no supports available. Bellum gonna have to peel back.
Ivy building up close to that EMP as well.
Tell me Rio makes it out now. Okay, nope. Chase in from Yakfung.
I can't tell you that.
I mean, you could. You would just be lying.
You know, I won't lie to you. Not tonight, Achilios. At least not in this map with Dorado. Climax, oh man, look at that. A long distance shot there to further delay. I love how he backed off there after the hack came in. They had this set up preemptively, so Ivy would hack the Diva. Only the Winston comes through. He backs off and he's just controlling so much while he kites back, and then the defensive dive comes through. Counter-wise from Ardeont as Bellum is caught in and cut in half with no EMP available. 60% of the way to another one, but Ivy might lead with his. And we do have that Dragon Blade available. The problem is that if the EMP comes in, it's going to be so difficult to utilize this. Watching Hyunwoo as he has made watching AimGod as he has made the switch in position here, wants to be able to counter this EMP.
Yakfung dead. Mama knocked out of that mech yet again. Nice goes onto the high ground, looking for the pick off here. Onto Rain, who's in such a bad position. Dashes his way back though. Keeps himself alive even with that Discord orb on, but Bellum right now moving up.
They're going to have to commit.
Gonna have to tag in very shortly. That's going to be the EMP out. Ivy manages to find AimGod, jumps back and keeps himself alive, at least for the moment. Climax still looking for the shots, almost gets Hyunwoo, but can't do it in the end. Ivy traded back as Nice comes up with one, still has the Dragon Blade ready to go. Should he need to use
Perfect
it?
Line of sight here though.
Body shot on Hyunwoo, looking for that final shot. Gets the hit. He'll go down, but now Dragon Blade's out. Nice finds one, gets Climax. Looking for the Winston. Cutting his way through the mech. We'll go ahead, take down Humbaba. Nice traded back. 35 seconds left on the clock. Bellum still looking like they have control as Hoon is pretty much full HP sitting in on top of the mech. You see Violet wants to drain this clock down as long as he possibly can. He'll push forward, help keep Climax alive.
Transcendence there, just buying some time for the respawns to come through. Here comes Humbaba. He's got a remake as well. Bellum may do well to back off here, but Ardeont, they do it again. They buy time. I'm loving their defensive setups here with the Sombra and the Widow. They switch to Tracer to get back onto the cart, though.
Rain gets focus fired. Helix rockets up from Nice. Takes down the Mercy. Self-destruct going to be going in there from Humbaba, looking for a pick. Doesn't find anything, but Nice has been traded out as Ivy comes up with a kill. Hyunwoo. See that Valkyrie pop, he's hovering around low to the ground here, but still manages to stay alive. Pulse bomb out, will knock Coon out of the mech, but Bellum still going to be alive and in this fight, looking to get the completion. Managed to do so, but now it's 1 minute and 30.
Close call though. Nice, let's see if he wants to stick with his soldier, if he's going to make a switch back to the Sombra. Sombra's so powerful on this final point, but they've only got 80 seconds to work with, so building an EMP is definitely not guaranteed.
Waiting. There she is, Ivy. Oh boy.
That's going to be a bad spot. Yeah. That's a great play by CCJ. Good game since there. Tracks early where the hacked health pack is, knows it's the obvious location, and gets that free kill. AimGod gets res, so momentum still in Bellum's favor, but getting the soldier onto the high ground here to build up attack visor is not going to be easy. Especially with Ivy holding on to this EMP. They are Sombraless right now, Bellum.
Oh, EMP straight over the top. Ivy going in, looking for the play. Hoon knocked out of the mech. Rio absolutely shredded down. Nice finds one. Onto Rain, takes down Humbaba. Overall, Bellum will be getting shut out onto this one. AimGod going low, looking for that last final hit. Misses the melee, but gets the shot in the end. Climax.
The good news is Nice builds attack visor.
Oh, but the bad news is he's going to use it right now. Very questionably, and he's just gonna die.
I was gonna say the bad news is he's not in position to use it. And he used it anyways. That is gonna be probably the end of this push. He's gonna switch to the Genji, hoping to get some dash resets through here, but this
he can't make up his mind.
Sombra. This is gonna have to be a long fight if EMP's gonna happen. Ardeont has a massive ult advantage right now, and Climax is controlling this zone here. Should be able to win the 1v1. He has a pulse bomb. CCJ not even close. Looking for the tank here.
Oh, Climax coming in, gets the stick. Can't kill him, but Rio will go low, pops the primal rage to try to stay alive, makes it over to the Transcendence. AimGod will top him back up. He'll be alive in this fight and manages to take down the Yakfung as well. Now Violet falls. Rain, not sure if he can get into position to pop the res up onto that Zenyatta. Hyunwoo taken down, Rain dead, no supports available. Ardeont, they're crumbling here at the final stretches. Bellum start moving forward.
They've got a lot of time though. They've got a lot of time for the respawns to come through. Ivy's gonna have an EMP. Need to buy some time. Someone needs to stick onto that cart, prevent completion. They are on it now. They need that hack from Ivy. He's got it.
Yakfung's gonna go down.
He's got it. He needs to use this so effectively as he hides.
Gets his way back there. Pulse bomb from CCJ doesn't find anything.
There it is.
So dangerously close. EMP comes through, but there's no follow-up so far. Hoon gonna go low in the mech, gets popped out, but he manages to get the self-destruct in time. Nice. Gets his answering EMP, built that up, throws it down. Humbaba out of the mech as Rio finds that. Climax on the backside, another pulse ready to go. Goes forward, finds the stick. Can't knock Hoon out of the mech. Manages to follow up with the pistols. Takes him down. Dice brought back in with the res. As Bellum keeps trying to push this forward. No one's on the cart. No one's tagging it. They move forward yet again.
Climax staying alive for so long.
Just keep skirting around the outside of the fight. Pulse bomb, ready to go. Doesn't want to go for the Moira. Knows that the fade would be there. They chase in, looking for the Mercy. Finally goes down. But they can't get on it.
They do not get on it. He held the pulse for so long.
Oh dear.
CCJ missing several kills there with full clips, but the heals were coming through on the side of O2 Ardeont. The heals came through, and even though he had the full clips, they were not headshots, and the melees missed several times, were not enough to get the kill. He wanted to save that pulse bomb so he could get the follow-up kills to finally force that in. But I have to give mad respect to Nice, who was able to make that switch. He was off the Soldier onto the Genji for a moment. Stopped, paused, went back to the Sombra, was able to build the EMP that nearly got them that finish there. But the delays from O2 Ardeont tonight have been so good. Staggering ultimates. The target fire coming through on the Tracer of Climax to make sure he can deal with the tanks, always focusing down the tanks that have their ultimates, forcing self-destructs early, preventing primal rages to be used with good pulse bomb targeting. O2 Ardeont is looking great. The Hyunwoo sub, I have no problems with it so far. Really great Mercy play, staying alive. The problem is they're playing it into such a good Widow setup that he wasn't able to stay alive, wasn't able to help Nice build Dragon Blades that were effective there on the point. It was only after really we saw the switch come through that he was going to be able to be effective there. They barely got point B, but failed to grab that point C. Now we're gonna see CCJ on the Widow. Not a favorable matchup here against Ivy's now budding Genji. Totally, this week specifically, is killing it on this hero. CCJ, the weaker of the two Widows as well. If Climax gets the opportunity because they end up gaining control, he might even make the switch to Widow to have that Widow battle. The Streets phase needs to be effective here, or sorry, efficient for Bellum. They need to make this Widow pick work. And defensive Genji versus the Sombra, I don't know is the right way to make it happen. Ivy actually spoke too soon. He is going to switch to the Sombra at the last second here. Not going to be playing that Genji he's had so much success with.
There's that one ready to go. Comes down to about half HP, but managed to stay alive. CCJ already going to be peeling back to the fountain, looking for some shots.
Oh, not finding them though.
Nice little juke step from Climax. He does follow up there on the Violet. Take down one, gets Climax in the end, and that should halt the push for now. Decent start to the defense here from the side of Bellum. Again, O2 Ardeont, they just need to go to point C, just shy of it.
Yeah.
Surpass the push from Bellum, and they are through into the grand final.
Here's the swap for Climax onto the Widow. Did not find any angles there on the Tracer after the tease. He feels bad, he wants to pull it out. But this is so difficult. You are never going to have line of sight advantage versus the fountain here unless the dive comes through. CCJ is hiding back, so it's so difficult to get that line of sight. Climax is trying here, but as you can see, really struggling to find the enemy Widow in his crosshair.
Has been able to do so. Sees that shot come through though. Breaks around.
Feeling the position right now by Ardeont as well though, so
yeah,
this is an opportunity.
Chunking out Rio, they're forcing him back. Insight now going to be coming through from CCJ. Trying to find a shot onto somebody like Violet or Rain. Can't do so. That's going to be the coalescence out as they charge forward. Who knocked out of the max?
They're just going to
force their way out of this down. Nice draws out the Dragon Blade, looking for a pick. Can't find anything so far, and Climax takes his head off, shutting it down.
Hack here onto Rio, no primal.
Throws it in. He's going to be the one that dies, however. Card still dangerously close. God finds the pick there onto Rain. Climax has to jump back. God going low, but still being sustained up. Yano helping to keep him alive. Climax builds all the way out of there. Rio gets the kill onto the Widow, and Bellum hold on to this card.
They're actually going to get staggered potentially here. Okay, they do escape. That was actually really cool that when they hacked the Winston, Rio did not have the ability to use Primal, but he survived there. They couldn't actually kill him. Had they killed him, it would have been a totally different story. Ardeont holds an ult advantage, and another coalescence in just a second here as Climax starts with this ultimate here, the Infrasight, so that's going to force CCJ back because he does not want to get clipped here.
Self-destruct going to be going into the back side, gets the pump out there onto Hoon's mech. He's taken out, Yakplin did die. Rain not in a position to bring him back through. Just a bit too deep, but headshot onto Aim God. Climax finds it for just half a second, takes him down. Gets the body hit there onto Yano, but CCJ CCJ trades back, gets rid of the enemy Widow, but they keep trying to halt this cart. Meter, 0.87 left to go here for the side of O2.
Transcend's out early for AimGod here too, just pushing them back.
Translocator, Ivy jumps back, was trying to get the back cap while everybody else was distracted, but they see him, they stop him. 1.5 now, with a minute left on the clock. Ardeont being delayed significantly here by Bellum.
This is such an amazing position for Bellum.
Another Dragon Blade coming through, that's gonna be Humbaba making it back into the back as Jakub goes low. He'll go down. Rain is well eliminated. Nice. Shoving them back, striking fear into the hearts of the members of O2 Ardeont. They get forced off it, and now the rollback's coming through. Back tap for half a second, actually, but
EMP is going to be their only way to grab this. It's their only chance. And it's an inexperienced Sombra player really coming up big on the Junkrat, the Genji, winning that series against Element Mystic, but never the Sombra.
Nice going low, but Violet eliminated CCJ.
EMP's ready, but
he has been totally fine this entire time. The Res comes out to bring Violet back into the fight, but they lose the main tank. O2 might not be able to get this. We're looking at a full hold here from Bellum to force map 5. 20 seconds left. Can they pull this off?
It has to be the EMP with this next push. It's their last chance. They have vision advantage with this Infrasight, but look at the spread for Bellum. They're playing against the EMP so well here. They're only going to be able to hit the tanks if they hit them at all. Look at this back up here right now on the side of Bellum. They will not be massively EMP'd. Only the tanks, as I say.
Yeah, they throw that one down. Ivy looking for it. Doesn't come up with a whole lot. They manage to get Hoon out of the mech and they take him down. Now going to be looking for a hack in onto Rio perhaps. Nice goes low. Can't hack him out either. Rio dangerously low, trying to pocket him back up, but he is going to fall. AimGod can delay. He's got that Transcendence. He's in onto the cart, trying to shut them back. He'll get pushed back for the moment. His way back in. Humbaba just sitting up top as Nice tries to shut it down. Dragon Blade out. Coalescence focus firing him. He'll fall. Ivy manages to get the hit. Leap in. AimGod going to go down. Rockets out from Hoon. Take down Rain. He's going to be alone here for the moment as Rio has been eliminated. Self-destruct from Humbaba. They shove everybody back. Gets the kill there onto the Pilot Diva. They get the completion with 2.5 minutes left to go, but remember, they have to go all the way to the finish.
It's suddenly really scary though for Bellum. It looked like a hold. The EMP was finally good there, good enough to help flip this, grabbing the tanks, winning the longer fight with Coalescence. Ivy nearly with another EMP, but as you say, they've got a long way to go. Climax wins this fight, has control of the high ground now, is going to gatekeep them out so they can get free push. This is the time-efficient push they need right now, and they, for the first time, will have control of the Widow high ground. Climax is fighting an uphill battle all the way from point A to point, or sorry, from the spawn to point A on the fountain. Now has the advantage. Dive comes through. He gets away. The cart is still moving time efficiently here, and that's exactly what they need.
About halfway there so far. As Climax just keeps getting jumped on, sees the leap, takes the grab to the side, hit coming through. CCJ gonna go down, a nice follow suit. Rio dangerously low, gets picked off in the end, can't use the primal range, but then again, probably wants to save it. What I try to defend right here in front of point B.
What I love about Climax's Widow is he gets a critical hit or a max energy hit and then changes targets. He knows that Ivy and the rest of his tanks are gonna finish those targets off, so he just switches targets, tags everybody, makes everybody low, and with no AoE healing on the side of Bellum, it's very difficult to keep everybody up and survive when he's just hitting one shot on everybody and moving on.
And for Cypher trying to get the shot there on the Tracer, but he's going to get hounded down. 36 HP. The drop down there from Rio with the Primal Rage takes him out. Now he's going to be looking for Rain. Just to find the kill with a follow-up there from CCJ. The delay going to be coming through, chewing up so much time off that bank. Wonderfully done by Rio on the defense, but O2 not going to be given up without a fight.
Ivy looks to go and harass the tank line here to get a hack. Actually goes for Nice here. Will have to jump away. Doesn't have a heal. That's unfortunate. He wants the EMP to be built here. They're going to use it to push this into B. They're doing an overtime for overtime push, it feels like right now.
If he can get the EMP and takes down AimGod before he can use the Transcendence, that would be absolutely huge. Now we're going to see the Coalescence come out. AimGod does pop this one. Just pushing up here on his cart, trying to keep Rio alive, but Self-Destruct's going to go up into the air. Transcendence going to expire. They try to go ahead, tag that one in with the EMP as well, but it doesn't result in any kills. AimGod falling, Rio taken out. Nice, has a Dragon Blade, but he's so low, can't really get into a position to use it. They should get pocketed back up, and yeah, I think they have to just go ahead, save that for the final stretch. Because he's going to go ahead, drags that one down, but the focus fire comes through. He'll get eliminated. Rain, the only one that he's able to kill. Slight little bit of extra delay as that OT comes through, but they'll get the completion in the end. Another minute and a half on the clock. O2 Ardeont. Grand Finals in their sights.
Nice does not have the blade. He's going to switch to this Sombra because that is what he can do to shut down a push. He's got plenty of time to build an EMP. He's behind right now, but they have such a distance to push. AimGod gets taken out here. One clip by the Sombra. Ivy coming up big in this playoffs. Again, another new hero. This is that translocator, but still, he's at 85%. Nothing to scoff at here. He is absolutely dominating now on this Sombra. And Bellum, they need time. They need to buy time to build that EMP, which means that we need to see Nice being more aggressive. He just simply is not able to get in position.
Dive board coming through. Coalescence coming down. Everybody just standing in a straight line as Violet tries to rip through them. Everybody else popped up. EMP's ready to go. Tossed in from Ivy. CCJ goes down. Hoon knocked out of the mech. Keanu dangerously low. Gets finished off by Climax as they keep pushing forward.
So
Rio
close to
is
it.
going to die. He's got the primal rage, but he has not been able to use it. Hoon will get the respawn. Will have that self-destruct. Can zone them back. Can buy some more time for Bellum. It's 25 seconds remaining.
All right, they're going to have to tag on, and there's 4 meters too. Touching in.
Duckhung ready to go. Saving the primal rage. Just wants to go ahead, smack them all off this point.
Self-destruct first.
Pops it in the end. Hoon trying to zip his way away. Self-destruct going to be coming in, trying to zone them back. Buys a little bit of time.
AimGod.
Ivy goes down. AimGod finds him with the Coalescence, but Rio's been traded back. Ardeont. Grand Finals on the line right here with his push. Yano goes in deep, getting chased off. Goes low, manages to stay alive for now, but now Nice is going to go down. Climax finding the kill. Hoon into the back, trying to pop down Humbaba, but he just can't out-damage that Coalescence. Bellum, everybody's dying. Rio's the only one with a Soldier 76, but he won't fall. That's it, O2 Ardeont. They pull it off. The Royal Roaders keep moving forward. They win here in the semifinal. They are advancing into the Grand Final, May 12th.
That is such a crazy upset. Again, not only were they able to take it, they take it with a 3-1 score. Dominant performance here from this team of rookies. First season of Korean Overwatch for this squad. They're able to defeat Element Mystic. They are the giant killers here. They defeat Element Mystic, they defeat Bellum. 4th seed in the group, a 2-3 regular season, negative win rate as they head into playoffs, and they show dominant performances, and Ivy is the guy. Stellar's gonna probably continue bench warming after this because he comes up big on the Sombra, several EMPs, really great clutch one clips there. And we have to point out the elephant in the room. Tonight, the support play from O2 Ardeont was much better, not only at buying time as we saw from Rain and Violet on the point of Anubis, but AimGod massively underperforming tonight, killed in the back line several times. It's not gonna be a happy send-off to Overwatch League for this player who did get outclassed by the DPSs, by mostly Ivy, whether it was on the Sombra, the Genji, and Climax showing some extra flexibility on the Tracer. It just feels like O2 Ardeont, even though they may not be the strongest team in Korea, some said they weren't even good enough to be top 4. It feels like in playoffs, they want finals, they want a title more than any other team. And on the days they are showing up and playing better than we have ever seen them play before.
Absolutely wonderful. O2 Ardeont keeping the Royal Roader storyline alive as they advance into a grand final in their first season of competitive Overwatch. Unfortunately for Bellum, yet again as an organization, going to be falling short here in a semifinal match. Cannot advance, cannot make it. Rough stuff from them. AimGod not going to be having a grand final, not going to be having a victory there before he heads over to the Overwatch League to join Boston Uprising. But a damn good run from Bellum.
I think this is another sign of new times, right? The future of Korean Overwatch. The old seeded Apex teams all failed for the most part. The only ones doing well are X6 and Runaway. They're on the other side of the bracket. Bellum and Meta Athena were Apex teams that were not seeded. They got here through trials. They fell short. Meta Athena falling much shorter than Bellum.
Yes.
Bellum, of course, defeated tonight. And now we're seeing these new teams, Element Mystic rising to power. O2 Ardeont defeating them, looking very strong right now. And everybody's hungry. Everyone wants to prove themselves as good here in this tournament, despite not being as popular or as famous as some of our older teams like Runaway, for example. But this team looks great. They are able to overcome 2 very difficult opponents. I don't think anyone would have argued that this team was a top 2 team before this weekend. Not a single person would say that. No one would say that. They were not consistent. They were 2 and 3. But like I said before, I feel like they just want this more than anybody else right now.
It's that, or it's the best sandbagging I have ever seen in my life. But no, I mean, these guys have just exploded forth. Seems like all of their focus as of late must have been going into just prepping for playoffs, even when they weren't even sure if they were going to get there. But it's time for our MVP, O2 Ardeont, pulling it off yet again. We'll see who we get to talk to here today. I hope it's Ivy, personally.
We're actually going to be talking to Yakpung here from O2 Ardeont, who's chosen as MVP. It's your first MVP interview for O2 Ardeont. So, how do you feel?
미스틱을 이길 때부터 민트.
Honestly, when we beat Bellum Mystic,
꿈만 같긴 했었는데 오늘은 약간 이길 줄은 알았어요.
it was very draining.
네, 엘미가 실상으로 몇 배보다
We were confident in this series. You asked him, and he said yes. Compared to yesterday, which we did here yesterday as well. The quarterfinals were yesterday. There wasn't a lot of time. There wasn't a lot of time to prepare for today. So, how did you prepare? It was given the short amount of time between round of 8 and semis. So she just he asked what, and so she's re-explaining the question.
그 와이나님이 정크렛이 조금 갬솜 상대로 잘 먹혀서.
So trying to work on Junkrat, trying to figure out the difference between, like figuring out the difference between the Junkrat levels between teams.
다양한 픽을 준비를 하셨군요.
So trying to
엘미가 O2를 각성시켜줬다 이런 말이 있을 정도로 8강 경기부터 정말 눈에 띄는 경기력을 보이고 있습니다. 이런 급성장의 이유가 있을까요?
저희가 사실 손보라 베타가 오면서
So you showed improvement starting from the quarterfinals. How you guys improved so quickly?
손보라가 너프를 먹고 저희 아이비 선수가 겐지를 엄청
after the Sombra change, we got weaker.
그걸로 이기게 된 것 같아요.
네,
Ivy was able to
사실
improve,
클라이맥스의
and
위도우 메이커가 좀
obviously he played
대표적이었는데
both
그
the Genji
공식을 완전히
and the Junkrat,
깨버렸던
and even
오늘
now the
첫 번째
Sombra today.
활약이었습니다. 손바바 선수랑 약풍 선수 이런 활약이 있었던 거에는 어떤 준비가 있었나요?
사실 제가 NC
So I didn't quite hear the question.
많이
Something of
못했어요.
how did you prepare for something?
내가 좀 더 잘해줘야겠다면서 손바바랑 디스코드로 계속 이야기하면서 화합을 많이 맞췄어.
네. 앞으로 20일 동안
So basically, he didn't feel like he was that great before, but he's been working on improving teamwork with his team.
3일 동안은
So there's a long time before the finals. It's on May 12th. So what are you going to do in the time until then?
스크림을 할 예정입니다.
네, 결승까지도
honestly, we're going to take like a 3-day break. We need to rest after this.
약풍 선수의
And then
친필
from then on,
사인이
we're going to
그려진
get ready.
오버워치
We're going to
캐릭터
prepare.
티셔츠를
So we have the Overwatch character T-shirt. We give that to somebody in the audience. So
See
get out there and get it.
who he's going to select. He moves down into the audience.
오늘 약풍 선수
But,
티셔츠는
man,
어떤 분이 가져가게 될까요?
Twice in a row now for O2 Ardeont.
You know,
up with the wins back to back.
They just look great on the day. They've clearly figured out their weaknesses. They're downloading their opponents, especially against Bellum here. They look so much stronger against Bellum than they did against Bellum Mystic. Bellum Mystic choking, we have to add. So we do see a fan so happy that
gave her a hug and everything.
Yeah. I mean, look, talking about Yakpung, he had some really good holds on his Primal Rage, using it at the last second.
Yeah.
Also, the counter dives we saw, especially on Numbani, were really impressive. Coming in to get the kills on the supports repeatedly. Every time the dive came in on the climax and he was able to stay alive either by the supports or by his biotic fields, he came in, countered, killed the supports in the back line. He had some really great decisions. Sometimes, you know, it's tough to notice the Winston plays when you're watching as a spectator because we don't see a lot of first person from them, but he played great tonight. He really did.
I mean, everybody on O2 is going to be feeling pretty good about that. Another win, now seeded through to the grand final, but we have one more semifinal ready to go. X6 versus Runaway. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll come back with that final match and figure out who is going to be facing off against O2 in that grand final in May.